his head out, gets the score.
And that bonus point. Now it truly is Jacob Casper time as we're at 285. I say that, though, knowing that Jacob actually started at 184 and then worked his way up to heavyweight, which is pretty incredible. Do you remember that process?
Oh, I definitely remember that, and I saw where Reese Heller from Pitt actually started his career at 149. So, he had some growth of his own. And, there are growing pains. There are adjustments. Actually, when I came back from, the Olympic Training Center in 16, Coach Lanham said, hey, do you want to certify at 197 as well, just as a plan B? And I said, Coach, plan B just distracts from plan A. We're going heavyweight. We're riding this thing till the wheels fall off. And he let me do my thing, and it's what I felt I needed to do to have the best success and to stay healthy, especially come March. I'm glad that I made that jump. I like when these big boys get out here, Dean. The ground shakes, the earth quakes, and the world's moving because we want to find out who's the biggest and the baddest dude. And right now we've got Mullen versus hometown boy Barket for a final spot. But also, if they win this match, they're going to the tournament.
Connor Barket having a big-time season, 22-8, and a guy that I'm pretty convinced that Glenn Lanham knows he's going to ride into Philadelphia with. Barket knocking off knees of UNC right here on mat 2, 5-1. Mullen pinned Gabe Christensen in a minute 50.
Barket's really going to have to suck up space. Jimmy Mullen, as we said, a guy who was recruited to play football and wrestle at Virginia Tech, focusing on wrestling now, likes to wrestle from the open. Looking cradle already, gets in on a single. Good work from Mullen.
Yeah, and you've got to look to defend that if you're Barket there. You can't look to get out of bounds and to try to take that out. You've got to look to get the hips back, hit him with baseline, and redirect the head there.
Got to fight the hand. Oh, that was nice. You don't really see that much at heavyweight.
Barket, a redshirt sophomore out of West Lafayette, Indiana, and West Lafayette High School.
Out near Purdue.
Yeah, that's the home of Purdue, West Lafayette. Barket kind of stumbled into the ACC championship, but of course he was going against big-time opposition as he fell to Mullen, number 14 in the country, then Pitzer out of Pitt, number 13 in the country, then Peter Ming, number 31 in the country.
Yeah, it was a rare, getting used to that for him as well, putting together a nice season, over 20 wins, losing 3 matches in a row. Got to kind of get your mind right again and try to close this gap here against a guy like Jimmy Mullen.
You see him battling for inside position there. You can see the size difference. Again, the eye test doesn't always lie, and Mullen's a little bit bigger, so it's really important to hold that inside tie and those inside control ties for positioning's sake here.
Yeah.
You've got to get Mullen wrestling your match here. He's got a proficient, low shot. He hand fights hard. You've got to get him reacting to your stuff if you're Barket here.
Barket likes to work from the hook. He's a converted 97-pounder who really took it upon himself with the strength staff to go up to 285.
I don't love that stall call there.
Didn't love that one either. I understand it with the rules. That's kind of how you have to defend a leg attack in that position.
But I'll use that opportunity to once again plug that these referees do a thankless job, and nobody's ever going to agree with every single call, but they are also doing their very best, and they're in their best form come March as well.
Jacob Casper running for office.
American made.
There you go. Slide
Good
by.
check by.
Yep. Yeah, Dean, I am from Ohio. It's a swing state. It would be very important to get on board.
That's a stall. That should be a. That's a That should be a stall, I think, actually, on Mullen for just driving him out of bounds based on how the rule is written.
Which is similar to what you saw last time as Barket attempted to snap and Mullen got his weight into him to drive him out there.
That's what Coach Erickson in the Duke corner was not thrilled about that call. So we talked about most coaches aren't going to be thrilled about calls that don't go their way.
Yeah, I think Jared Hott liked that call as he sits in the corner there for Mullen. Take another look at that takedown on the edge there. Shades of Islam, shades of Ben Whistle in the wrestling room back in the day to us. With the finish there. And a finish like that is a no-risk, full-reward type finish. If the guy is able to regain his balance and step back out of it, you're in the exact same position you were before. But sometimes you are able to feel that weight shift and convert it to easy points, as you saw Mullen do there.
Nice. Barket cleared his hips. Mullen does a good job on the edge.
You want to see him check mark back up where he gets returned there, because there's an opportunity to bounce right back up, fight hands, and get away.
Just sagging on that ankle.
Mullen
cradle
with a tech fall win over Barket 20-5. It took him 5 minutes and 15 seconds in the regular season.
Yeah, this match so far has been much more competitive.
Something different now in the ACC tournament than when we competed in it is the number of teams. And what that means is these 2 seeds and these 6 seeds or 3 seeds as they match up in the semis, regardless on this side of the bracket, they've all had a match already. So they've gotten that first match out of the way, which is a big deal.
Yeah, you get your lungs out, you get some of the nerves out.
He's going to want to get the bottom knee down here as Mullen looks to dig arm bar.
As I said, if you're Barket as well, you've already pulled off the win, you're in the semifinals. This is a guy who's teched you. You don't have all that much to lose in going out here and trying to surprise people. Gonna have to turn into him. Oh, I don't know about no backs. I don't.
Rhino letting a little bit of the bias show here. I like it.
I don't know about that one.
I think the sentiment's being reiterated by Glenn Lanham in the corner there. He feels the same way. I don't see them holding any back points, so it doesn't look like any were awarded, Rhino. Just what the doctor prescribed.
There's Glenn Lanham.
There he is, our fearless leader alongside Tom Erickson. Many All-Americans, many years at the helm here at Duke.
A lot of great stories in that corner.
It's interesting to see the ACC influenced by Oklahoma State. It's been widely dominated from a coaching rank. Both Tom Erickson and Glenn Lanham both went to Oklahoma State is what made me think of that.
Yeah. Pat Popolizio, obviously, at NC State now.
Former Carolina coach was at Oklahoma State too, right?
Coleman Scott. A lot of influence.
Is he back at Oklahoma State now? Where is he?
I believe he's helping at Ohio State RTC.
Okay.
But I believe he also helps out with a high school in Stillwater still, from my understanding.
It's a well-traveled guy.
Coleman Scott, I relate in more ways than you realize.
Looks like Pitzer is up on Trumbull on that one. That would be a big upset.
Massive.
And that would be a bad sign for NC State.
You kind of had a feeling about Pitzer.
He's a super talented guy. He's had that injury bug. He hasn't quite put it together since his freshman year. You see Mullen get in on a shot.
Rolling through. This is that lower
danger
shot.
Position. That's going to be a
We're offering 3 back points there in addition to the takedown then?
Fred, I think just the takedown.
Just for the takedown, okay.
Fred Margerison was pretty generous to Barket there. It looked like that could have been a fall.
I don't disagree, Doctor. I don't disagree.
Barket's got to put himself out here now. He's got a minute left. You're down effectively 6 points. You need something big.
And you're the 6th seed. Again, you're playing on house money. This is where you got to let it fly. If you've got a big feet to back, type of move that can score you 7 points, now's the time to start to try to get a feel for it and see where it might be there, especially with a minute left.
Number 5 out of the ACC will advance to the NCAAs at 285. I've been impressed with Mullen. I mean, you can see the football in him as well,
nice.
right?
Shot. Yeah, exactly. That positioning, the body style. And Dayton Pitzer wins on mat 1. This has been quite a round for Virginia Tech now, or quite the matches for them at 285. It looks like Mullen's going to hang on here.
Wow, that's huge. The 4 seed Pitzer for Pitt will be in tonight's championship match, heavyweight on ACC Network. Looks like he's going to face Jimmy Mullen, Virginia Tech.
Good performance for Jimmy Mullen as he punches his ticket into the finals over Connor Barket with the major decision.
So Jimmy Mullen out of Virginia Tech, and the Hokies fans get double the love because Trumbull upset by Pitzer over on mat 1. So that's it with the semifinals. We'll head to the consolation rounds yet again. They start at 4:30 on ACC Network Extra. For Jacob and